Welcome to Wednesday's early morning intuitive guidance. I'm all paranoid now and need to look at my calendar before I say what day it is. So give me a minute here to get Instagram doing what it's supposed to be doing. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. If I sound like a frog, I feel like a frog. My throat feels like I'm a linebacker. So this is the result of my darling Scarlett having a snotty nose last weekend when I took care of her, and being 4 months old, the way she cleared her airway was sneezing. So there were bodily fluids everywhere. Good morning, Jonille. Glad you are here. Jonille's familiar with bodily fluids, having spent her lifetime as a nurse. So yes, I did my best to wash hands and turn away when she was sneezing and whatever, but she got me. So, and I have a day that is busy, 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 busy. So by the end of the day, my 6 o'clock meeting, people, don't expect much from me. If I'm vertical, you're lucky. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. Glad you are here. So I will be hitting the cough and cold medicine as soon as I'm done doing this little gem. And good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you're here. So it looks like it's going to rain out. It's saying it's only a 10% chance, but it looks like it's going 10% all over the place. We'll see. I'm more than happy if it rains because then I don't need to water. And hopefully it'll then bring the humidity down. We shall see. We shall see. So today we have Tosha Silver, Outrageous Openness, letting the divine take the lead. And this is a lovely little reminder for us about stepping into our divine feminine and allowing our life to proceed from that perspective rather than that divine masculine, make stuff happen approach. So we'll get to that in a moment, but let's do a little tapping and some breathing, and I will attempt to not set off coughing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, hold at the top, out through the mouth. Hopefully that allows you to feel a little more grounded, aligned, present, ready for today's message. And I have to tell you, I need to plant seeds for this anyway. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, well, Saturday might still be okay. Yeah, I think Sunday is the only day I'm going to miss doing an early morning intuitive guidance because I'm going to hang out with my coffee group peeps and a few others in the woods at Flo's house and sit around a fire and do not much and just be. So good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. I will do one Saturday morning because we're not leaving until I won't have to leave here till like 7:30. So, but Sunday morning, I would say pick out a previous one that you've loved. Good morning. Glad you're here. What do we got? We got a present, a heart, and a wave. Awesome. Hello, hello. Glad you are here, Shelley. So let's get to our chapter. Again, you're probably thinking we have read everything in this book 8 Ways to Sunday, and we have, but some of us need reminders, i.e. me. So for those of you who have the book and would like to follow along, it is page 67. The chapter is entitled Always Go to the Top. And I called it Go to Source because to the top to me has that hierarchical divine masculine structure to it, whereas to the source has that lateral, more equitable source thing to it. I'm the present. Yay. Cool. Cool. And I promise when you open the box, I won't pop out and scare the hell out of you. It'll be good. So we only have one quote today. Usually my thing is if we have 2 quotes, it's a really good chapter. But this is a really good chapter anyway. It's by Rabia. How long will you keep pounding on an open door, begging someone to answer? How long will you keep pounding on an open door, begging someone to answer? Step through. Step through. And who are you waiting for permission from? Give yourself permission. All right. So, as always, she shares her points utilizing stories. She's just like Jesus, parables. We've got parables. Bonnie in a box. Oh, yes, exactly. Remember pinch your finger in those bloody things, those jack in the box? That hurts. That's hurt. I actually remember there was a little kid in my neighborhood who cut off his baby finger when it got closed in that box. And his mother put the baby finger in Tupperware and took him and the finger to the ER, and they sewed it back on, and it actually continued growing. I think what they had discerned was as long as it hadn't hit the first joint, you could reattach. Whatever. All the things. The human body is amazing, right? So here's the first story. My friend Cynthia once told me, don't waste time trying to get help from people who don't have the power. Don't waste time trying to get help from people who don't have the power. If you're dealing with a problem, always go to the top. Since she worked her whole life in the hierarchical jungle of corporations, I listened. And again, there are those that are set up still very hierarchically. There are also those that are working to create more of a lateral perspective. So the Generative Local Community Institute that I belong to and sit on several circles for is very much focused on that everyone gets a voice approach. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So it said, here's her story. I had been going through a nightmare with an import house. In the course of 6 weeks, they had sent me the wrong armchair 3 times and even double charged me to boot. I just wanted the story over. You ever get to that point? But each convoluted phone call involved a Kafkaesque voyage into absurdity, being spun from department to department where one unapologetic person after another said they were powerless to help me. So Cynthia advised, write the CEO as if he's a friend. He's the top. I had nothing to lose. I called in divine order and asked to be given the right words for the letter. I insisted in my heart that the right solution was already selected. Remember our little thing? The divine right solution is already on its way to me. I'm so happy and grateful now that to receive it, it will arrive in divine right timing and divine right order. Then let it go. Then let it go. I insisted in my heart that the right solution was already selected. Then I wrote him a companionable but detailed email describing the entire mess. Now, you know how she writes. So can you imagine being the guy who gets this letter? I bet he had a chortle. I told every twist in the nutty road and invited his help. Within a week, I had an amused and sincere note of apology with full credit to my account. Even more, he was actually willing to give me the piece as a gift for all of my travail. He thanked me for having written. Sounds so Tosha, doesn't it? What a revelation. I've been thinking how Cynthia's advice applies to the top, not only of the corporate heap, but of the spiritual one too. What if rather than hunting door to door, you go directly to the divine arbiter of it all, the gatekeeper herself of the cosmic storehouse? The one who is one with you if you are in a sane and remembering state of mind. And the way I would like to look at that is, again, it's lateral. So mind, body, spirit, God, universe, nature, however you frame that up, is beside you, is beside you. And you could say, hey, I'm having trouble with blah, 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 and turn it over. Turn it over. That's how I view working with divine order and source. You see the universe as the unlimited abundant supply of your needs. You align yourself with receiving the highest solution at any given time. You stop groveling and pleading with others. You detach from how the answer needs to arrive and become wildly and totally open to the divine. And again, it's like you're carrying on this conversation with your best pal, your BFF, not this divine source that you have to, like the Wizard of Oz, where you're quaking in your boots as you're walking up. You invite the help and follow the route that is shown. I think one of the primary mistakes many of us make, welcome to all of you whose names aren't rolling, glad you're here. One of the primary mistakes we make is insisting that it shows up in a certain way. I want this solution on this day at this time with the high noon sun with this. No. I'm open to receiving the divine right solution to this opportunity. Remember, we're not doing obstacles anymore. We're doing opportunities. I'm open to receiving and let it go. Put it in your God jar. You insist that the right solution to any problem is already selected and you will be guided. So you're inviting the help and you're following the path as it is shown to you. You're open to taking plentiful, even arduous action if need be. But you know that you will be shown the right routes to follow. And if you need help, it will come. If you need help, ask. But first, you have to make the damn call. That's the ask part. And I actually have a mug that I made at a retreat. Where was that retreat? I don't know. It might have been in Florida. I don't even know. Anyway, it was to remind myself about the ask part. Ask, my favorite word, believe, and receive. It was based on something from The Secret. And again, that sounds so simple. It's easy, or it's simple, but it's not easy because we get in the way. Well, I can ask, but what if it isn't the divine right order? What if this and what if that? And what if I'm not worthy? And what? Nyeh. Do what you can to clear your own yuck and then ask. Put it out there. This or something better, universe. Please, this or something better. Show me the way. Make the steps obvious because I tend to be kind of obtuse. Help me see the next best step. And then something opens up. It might be a phone call, it might be an email, it might be you're driving somewhere and you hear in your voice, go left instead of right. Whatever it is, follow it. Follow it. There we go. There we go. A friend visited out of the blue and gave you a crystal necklace because you were doing an experiment. Speaking of experiments in this regard, if you have not read, Shelley, E cubed and E squared, I think it's you. I'm still moving here on mine, which usually I freeze if I'm not. Anywho, hopefully whatever is needed shows up in the replay. Froze to you too. Gal darn it. Gal darn it. Okay. Well, I'm just going to do the rest of it. We'll sign off and hopefully it shows up in the video. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.